Hi, everyone, and welcome to our latest video series, Determining the Right Program for You. I'm Terrace Bricker, Marketing Manager here at Bright Spot Incentives and Events, and I'll be guiding you through this three-part series about channel incentives. In this video, we'll be covering the first part of our series, reward types. Today with me, I have some special guests, Kelly and Polly, who will be giving us some professional insight on all things channel. So Polly and Kelly, go ahead and tell us about yourselves.
Thanks, Terrace. Kelly Coons, Director of Incentives here at Bright Spot, which means I manage the team of non-travel individuals and manage all our non-travel programs. I've been with Bright Spot for going on 16 years and also serve on the Content and Communications Committee for the Incentive Research Foundation.
Polly Chabra, Senior Program Manager at Bright Spot, going on about 10 years now, manage a multitude of non-travel sales incentive programs as well.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. So I just want to start off, let's go ahead and ask the big question. What types of programs have you worked on over the years?
Sure, I'll start. Predominantly, I've worked in global channel sales incentive programs. I've also designed and launched a number of customer, employee, and business referral programs, along with sales enablement spiffs. KK, what about you?
Probably between the two of us, I think we've managed just about every single program type. But to add to your list, I'd say rebates, training, engagement programs, engagement campaigns, product awareness, product launches, sweepstakes, loyalty incentives, those good old-fashioned claim sales, sell this, get that. And I'll date myself and hopefully Polly too by saying that once upon a time we validated via fax in claim forms. Polly, I think you mentioned consumer programs, but I'd add to the list still short-term spiffs. So yeah, I think that about covers the gamut. Let's see. Oh, Polly, question for you though, on the global programs you mentioned. How would you describe some of their nuances when it comes to operating and supporting a program on a global scale?
I think for the most part, you can approach it with a similar mindset to how you go about running a domestic program, but maybe some few extra elements to consider with budgets, KPIs, return on investment, and things like desired behavior. Those can probably carry over from domestic to international. But other things to emphasize on would be understanding things like global demographics, your psychographics, and cultural differences. Even down to things like how certain rewards are perceived in one country versus another. A quick example with a program running right now, our highest engagement is actually from countries where English is not even a predominant language. So things like how you communicate become a big factor in success of a program or even just managing the program.
Such a great point. We know I love communications. So remind me, how many languages do we translate to in communications these days?
Between two global programs, we're doing 10 different language communications right now.
Yeah, I was going to say 7, so more than I thought, but that's also a great point when it comes to the need to make things personal, which is research that's coming out of the Incentive Research Foundation lately saying how important personalization is when it comes to engagement with the program and what's more personal than speaking in someone's language.
Kelly, in your intro, you mentioned training and enablement programs. Maybe touch on how you'd say those are different from a traditional sales incentive program.
Traditional sales incentive programs, as we know, are typically sell this, get that. But training is part of truly enabling a sales channel. Less focused on just making the sale, but instead the pre-sale skill development and learning to be able to sell effectively. Not so much focus on the size of the deal and the close of the deal, but instead the steps along the way to that close via the entire sales cycle. This also allows us to award each of those steps along the way to encourage repeated behavior. However, the value of a training, for instance, is usually less than that of a closed sale, making it a good way to control budget, yet still engage more people. It also can vary greatly by vertical.
So how does your program's training incentives vary by vertical?
I can jump on that one. I mean, in a nutshell, it can vary a lot. For example, a software sales incentive program can award into the hundreds of dollars per training certification course, where maybe a fast food restaurant employee is getting $10 to $20 for a food safety course or a customer service protocol update.
That's interesting and a really good point. One thing that we like to counsel our clients on is a good rule of thumb to consider is what an hour of someone's time is worth. So that the investment in training, for instance, or investment in certification is worth that time when it comes to the value. Recent studies, I should say, show takes that the carrot needs to be valued at anywhere from $75 to $100 just to get someone's attention. Polly, would that get your attention?
$100, yes. But again, to answer broadly, it really just depends on the amount of work I have to do versus what I'm being awarded. You know, something is in your email, getting a 3-question survey for a $5 Starbucks card is probably going to yield more engagement than maybe a channel sales rep completing a certification course that gets them $50, which is 10 times that amount. You know, like the old saying goes, time is money.
Time is money. It's almost like you're reading my email because just last week I completed a 3-minute survey for just the chance to win a $100 gift card. But that $100 got my attention. And I also really like tacos. So, you know, another barrier in the channel space is that it can be very fragmented. So take a survey there, complete a training here. We always recommend that clients streamline the user experience. So other than the award value, Holly, what would you say is the best way to maximize engagement with clients, brands, and products?
Echoing what you just said, just you want to centralize it, make everything as easy to access in one place, which creates a really cohesive experience. So this includes your certifications, any trainings you might have, even submitting your sales. If there's one place where someone can do all that, it helps the participant with not having to remember 3 different locations and different steps and different logins and things like that. So for the participant, it's way better user experience. On the other side, for admins, we'll be able to gather insights, analytics all in one place, and we can also aggregate results and help recommend ways to keep the program fresh, again, from all one portal. So it's very much a better user experience for both participants and for administrators to have everything centrally located and available.
So true. And this is where maybe I make a small plug for channel incentive management software, like the Brightspot Ignite platform, which serves as a kind of a central nervous system, a hub for all those things that Polly just mentioned: training, enablement, resources, awards. And also, when you think about an award platform, an incentive management platform, it should be award neutral and able to support awards of any type, from merchandise, prepaid cards, gift cards, even experiences. So since I just named a few, Polly, you've fulfilled just about every award type on the planet, some of which have been more effective than others. No knock against you. But what award types would you say are most effective in different program types?
Yeah, I'd say there's no, there's no just one answer that covers checks all those boxes. But you need to consider a bunch of different variables. So something like the frequency of the behavior, is this something that I'm doing a lot and it takes me a little bit of time to do each time, or is this one big transaction that takes months of work to lead up before it's finally closed? Immediacy of the reward, is this am I going on a trip somewhere that takes a lot of planning and recognition to get up to, or is this something that's easy as an e-gift card, which I can get within minutes of completing my activity? So again, level of effort goes into both of those. Also, things to consider that I'll touch on a little bit, our location and political environment, which I think we have some examples coming up shortly.
I think that's my segue then. What if we take that opportunity to share a few lessons that we've learned along the way? And I'll go first. Remember post-COVID when we had supply chain issues on a global scale and everybody wanted to buy and or lease a car? Well, we were running programs at the time, and still are, awarding car leases. Our lucky winners had to wait over a year to receive their vehicle, and by then the award was so far away from the achievement that it more than fell flat. We were getting emails from them, calls from them every day, every week, every month, going, "Where is my car? Why is it so hard?" So it's a terrible experience for them. To your point, Polly, immediacy matters. Do you have a similar story?
Yeah, I do. I also remember the car leases and having to inform winners that I'd already waited, 6 to 8 months, that, hey, by the way, your date is delayed even further now. So guys, stay excited. Congratulations, and eventually you'll get your prize. Going back to what I mentioned earlier about cultural considerations. So actually, we recently went through this where we had a winner who earned a $10,000 prize who lived in Japan. So imagine $10,000. That's huge. After notifying the winner that they'd won $10,000, we found out that they didn't even know that they were enrolled in the contest to begin with. We also found out that they didn't know if they could actually accept the award due to how the cultural differences are in their organization. So it's nothing like, not laws or anything like that, but really just how their company operates and how a lot of companies we found out in Japan operate. They operate more on a team-based effort. And so there's no single individual that gets awarded during a sale or anything like that. It's really the entire organization that comes together, and they want it to be rewarded as an organization. So after a lot of deliberation, came to find out that they were going to forfeit the award. And so nobody got $10,000. So just imagine having to give up $10,000, even though you didn't even know you won $10,000. Just one of those scenarios where it's like you kind of find out after the fact and kind of use that as a learning lesson going forward.
Those are sad stories. But enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about some good stuff.
Oh, I'll take that one. Let's see, when the award is right sized based on the variables that Polly mentioned, they're bound to be a hit. For instance, real-time APIs that deliver funds, e-gift cards instantaneously, or merchandise that comes from within region so that we know the adapters will work in the outlets. Timeliness, a contest that ends, for example, in December, but the award is to the Super Bowl in February. That's a nice amount of time between contest end to award being delivered. So I'll transition it back to Polly. What award types do we see are best fit and most successful?
I think I'll start with global programs. With global programs, we've seen great success with merchandise as a primary award option. I think with having in-region fulfillment and local distribution centers, we're able to curate a catalog based on what's readily available in each country, not having to wait for awards to go through customs or taxes, duties, things like that. It's a much more cohesive experience, and it makes it more marketable and gives people a lot of power of choice to pick what they want. I'd say we typically hesitate to offer e-gift cards in the global scale just because of the constant exchange rate fluctuations, and then availability changes almost daily at some points. So it just makes a less desirable option for people. Prepaid cards are a great fit international and in the channel space. I'd say if it's international, you might want to go virtual, just again, so you're not having to ship overseas and waiting on delays and things like that. But on that note, e-gift card catalogs have seen a huge increase domestically due to three things, I'd say. One being immediacy, clicking a button and getting your gift instantaneously is become, it's the Amazon effect. You want your things right away in 2 days. If you have to wait more than 2 days nowadays, it's just you've been waiting too long. The offering a variety, again, with the e-gift card catalog, you can have between 10 to 100 different merchants at your disposal. And then most importantly, I think reduction in shipping costs has been huge. Going green and saving on shipping, it's been greatly a benefit for clients and participants as well.
Yeah, and to your point, sustainability is certainly trending up. So companies that want to make a difference in their carbon footprint on a global scale tend to opt for a virtual and e-gift, which is a great way to do just that.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think we might be wrapping up for our first session. So I've been taking notes, Kelly. One thing that I want to say going into setting up a successful program and figuring out what's the right program for us, the biggest takeaway, and I'd say my biggest factor, is to ensure that everyone wins a car lease. Did I get that right?
No, Holly. I know you're kidding. Good thing I know you're kidding. The correct answer is budget. Establishing a budget will help someone like Bright Spot counsel and establish a great set of awards.
Budget.
That was going to be my next guess.
Well, I know we could talk about this forever. Unfortunately, it's that time. Thank you too for your valuable insight on channel incentive reward types. Be sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications to watch the rest of the series as soon as it comes out. See you all next time.